Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're basically going to do a little bit of an update slash follow up to 215, the last episode that we did here. So basically, had a couple trolls come into my gaming chat earlier after that one, and we're sort of shit talking. I think one was just a straight up troll, is what it was, and they obviously got banned because of that. The other one was just being a fucking fool, is what it was, and they also got the ban hammer because of that. And that's the problem with these people that don't understand stuff. The only reason I'm not on Honda's chat right now is because it hasn't started yet, by the way. I think he probably fell asleep, actually, and it would not surprise me if he did, given the fact that, Colorado and wintertime and everything else like that. So that chat was supposed to start like an hour ago, as far as I'm aware, and still has yet to do it. So I think he probably has done what he did before and laid down to take a nap and then probably fell asleep. But anyway, so going back to 215 though. So basically, I want to point out two things here right away that people clearly didn't understand from the last one. If you want to go to an event and you want to actually protest, that's one thing. If you want to go there and try to push some fucking neo-Nazi bullshit, you can fuck off, dude. And if you want to do those events by pushing drag at children, you can also fuck off. And I think that's what people don't understand right now, is both sides of the aisle on that whole thing are in the wrong because they're both on the same side of history. They're both on the left side of history is what it is, dude. End of story. And the problem is when you have, government psyops run by these fucking people most of the time is what it is, and you have these fucking fools that are out there doing all kinds of stupid bullshit, all you end up with is a bunch of assholes doing a bunch of asshole stupidity is what it is. And so what you end up with is you basically end up with, the old, and really this is what the end game is for these people, dude. It is government done stuff for a bunch of retards to go out there and do a bunch of shady ass shit that nobody fucking supports, by the way. And then they're going to have the media, make local mainstream media, national media, whatever it doesn't matter, all the same shit, because it's always going to, catch fire depending on how big it is and stuff like that. The whole entire end game is to basically be like, oh, see, look at the right now. The right's out there doing neo-Nazi shit and everything. No, they're not. No, they're not. You got a fucking bunch of goddamn federal fucking informants led by some actual piece of shit who's not even from the state of Ohio, by the way, who lives in fucking Maine, who is a self-described neo-Nazi on fucking social media platforms. You got that asshole who's fucking leading this group of fucking actual masked retards is what it is, dude, legitimately. And then you have a bunch of other fucking retards who are dressing in drag and pushing their fucking genitalia towards a bunch of children. Not okay, not acceptable. Either way, man. Secondly, you do not need to be armed to protest, number one. Number two on that, protesting itself. Most people don't understand what protesting actually is, by the way, because if you look at most protesting in 2023 here, I would say a good 75 to 90% of it are a bunch of fucking dipshits who, if we actually followed the letter of the law, would be arrested on terrorism charges because they're trying to threaten and intimidate other people is what it is, dude, which is exactly what those fuckers that claim to be neo-Nazis there at that fucking drag brunch were trying to do when you had the one douchebag being armed is what it is, dude. That's the entire point. You don't need to go out there in a fucking full kit and do some shit. You can go out there and protest against some shit and do whatever, dude, and you're fucking fine. The entire problem is when you do the full kit shit like that, all you're trying to do is you're either, one, trying to show off everybody your shit of what you have and whatnot and be like, oh, look at this, $2,000 gun I bought or whatever it is. Doesn't matter, honestly. Or, hey, here's this $5,000 for the kit shit I have on right now is what it is. You're basically just LARPing in real life is what it is. And secondly on that one, the second point is that you're either A, trying to LARP, or you're B, trying to threaten and intimidate. Possibly both at that one. And that's the biggest problem I have with all that shit, is it's a bunch of assholes trying to do a bunch of assholishness and fuck around in my state is what it is. And I'm not okay with that, dude. I'm not okay with you using my state to do your fucking bullshit grandstanding is what it is. When, first of all, half of you motherfuckers and more don't even live here. You don't live here. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. We don't need you here. We don't need your bullshit here. Fuck off, all of you, is what it is. And I'm saying that across the board right now. To the fucking drag motherfuckers and to the fucking people that want to claim to be neo-Nazis here. Fuck all of you. Get the fuck out of Ohio. Period. End of story, dude. I'm sick and tired of it. I am so fucking fed up with that shit, dude. Absolutely fucking pissed off right now. And then, yeah, I was just checking my stuff here. Got another person hitting me back and being like, yeah, pretty sure that the guy did fall asleep then. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll do 11:30 one, if we'll do a midnight one with Honda or not there. But like I said, we'll start about an hour ago, though, and we still haven't done it then. So that's why I'm here doing this. But yeah, needless to say, like, I'm pissed off about the whole situation, dude, because it's like, first of all, I don't support any of that stuff, dude. I don't do that. Nobody else in the state really does that shit. You may have like one or two people here or there in like the way backwoods areas of various counties in the state of Ohio, which are way low down towards West Virginia is what it is. But even then, it's only a couple people, dude. It's like 2, 3, 10 people maybe at most within the frame of millions of people in the state is what it is. You have like I think it's like 8 to 12 million people in the state of Ohio right now. And you're talking about, a handful compared to millions. In fact, I would say when you look at the state of Ohio, honestly, if you even just going by the fucking, what do you call it now? Even just going by the ACLU, or not ACLU, going by the Southern Poverty Law Center, which, by the way, is a hardcore leftist site for that matter. But if you just look at their hate watch map, even judging them as a leftist, indoctrination kind of place, there's what it is. You look at their hate watch map, and it is so many non-white hate groups in Ohio, dude. It ain't even funny anymore. You got a bunch of Nation of Islam here, up in the Cleveland area and down in the Cincinnati and Columbus areas and stuff like that. Not to mention Dayton and stuff like that as well. You have, I think there's also some in Toledo as well, if I'm not mistaken there. Then you got, various Black Panthers groups all around those areas. You got various NFAC chapters in those areas as well because of that idiot Grandmaster Jay being from fucking Cincinnati area. And then, so forth and so on. And it's like, when you actually look at what's really the hate in this state right now, it's not white people, man. It's a bunch of fucking blacks, truthfully speaking. It's a bunch of black people and it's a bunch of Latinos and stuff like that are the ones that are actually the hate ones. That's the thing. That's why I bring up black supremacy all the time on this channel most of the time anymore, because it's true. Even when I talked about it earlier in the last episode, when you had that girl there, and it was a lot of these black females are the ones pushing this shit now, dude. They're pushing this racial division is what it is. And you can really thank Obama for that one, going back to 2014 when he gave BLM a hate platform at the White House there to spread their shit there, dude. It's very funny to me, too, by the way, that you have the Democrat Party in the time span of roughly a century create not one, but two hate groups in this country, being first the KKK, then BLM after that in the more modern day. So, yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous, dude. And that's all it is. It's division of shit. It's a way for people to spread bullshit. It's a way for all kinds of crap to go on and for jackasses to do jackassery as much as possible. And like I said, the whole point I'm trying to make right here with this whole thing is when you look at these groups, whatever the hell those people call themselves, the fucking red shirt, black mask dumbasses there that were at that drag brunch, they were claiming to be neo-Nazis and doing, Nazi salutes and shit like that. It's a bunch of psyops, dude. It's a bunch of fucking literal psychological operations that these morons are trying to push forward. They're trying to get a mainstream media response so that the media can sit there and be like, oh, look who's against the drag brunches, so the drag brunches for all ages must be perfectly acceptable, right? No, they're not. And that's the entire fucking point. And the entire point of the fucking matter is that you have these assholes trying to dissuade away from the real fact of the matter that most adults are not okay with fucking grown-ass men shoving their junks in kids' faces. And that's the entire point of the matter, dude. And I personally am sick and tired of seeing that shit, dude. Like, as a grown-ass man, I am sick and tired of seeing grown-ass men doing all ages drag performances, dude, when you're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff because you're literally exposing yourself to fucking minors. And that's the entire point of the matter. Is what they are doing, truthfully, if we actually enforce the fucking law in all 50 states in this country, would get you fucking charges for sexual indecency, for literal indecent exposure laws, etc., etc. your ass would be sitting in a county jail for minimum of 60 days, if not longer for that matter, awaiting a shitload of fucking prison time after that on fucking felony charges. And then going back to what we talked about here, like I think it was last night or Friday night, one of the two, you had those motherfuckers in Colorado, all those Democrats, like 27 of them at least, sitting there talking about like, oh, we're not going to make indecent exposure felony in Colorado now. And you had that one dumb bitch talk about like, oh, it has to do with the fact that it hurts the trans community and the drag queen. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck is the matter with you, bitch? Seriously. Y'all fucked in the head. For real. You seriously got a screw loose. And that is the problem with this country right now. Is way too many mentally ill motherfuckers are out there holding power and everything else like that. So, anyway. I don't know. I'm just pretty much done with it all, man. And like I said, this is more or less just a way to reiterate what I was saying in 215 is what it was, which is I'm not for any of that shit, dude. I'm not on either one of the sides of those fucking idiots, dude. They can all fuck themselves at this point. Especially the jackass that wants to come into my state from another state and try to push some fucking neo-Nazi crap is what it is, man. The fact that that guy's still not being arrested for various fucking crimes, because I'm pretty sure he is a multi-time felon in this state right now. It's like, why is there not an arrest warrant out for his arrest at this point, man? Same thing with most of the rest of them, honestly. You know, that's the thing with people that want to be unidentifiable. You only want to be unidentifiable because you're about to do some terrorist shit is what it is, dude. And you want to get away with it. It's the same reason why fucking Antifa and BLM like that wear masks all the time, dude. It's because they want to not be able to be identified in a crowd and be able to blend right back into the crowd with a bunch of other people in black masks, etc. So that they can go around, you know, chucking rocks into businesses, throwing Molotovs into businesses, doing all kinds of fucking rioting, arson, terrorism, etc., and be able to get away with it. And that's the biggest problem with the whole thing going back 3 years to 2020 is all that shit happened then, and it continues to happen now. And I'm frankly fucking fed up with it. I guarantee everybody else is too, for that matter, dude. A lot of people out there won't make their voices heard. I will because of that. Because I see it, and I've talked to people about it, dude. And they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get my face out there and make my voice heard out there, whatever the case be. I just want to be the silent majority kind of thing is whatever it is. And that's fine. That's fine with me. If you want to go that route, because obviously, you know, maybe you have a family and you don't want to be, you know, having people try to expose you and cost you your job and stuff. That's the problem with the left too, by the way. They'll cost you your job whenever the chance they get is what it is, dude. Every single time that they go around there. It's exactly why Antifa's whole thing for the last 10 years or so is to do just that. They're trying to take pictures of people so they can expose them, so they can dox them, and so they can get them fired eventually from a good paying job just because they were against some leftist ideology bullshit is what it is. And unfortunately, what it has done is some cases it has led to a rise of legitimate people just going out there in masks, but then it's also led to a big ass rise of people going out there as federal informants, etc., masked up and then making up lies and being like, oh no, but we're, because that's even the thing. Look back, seriously, look back at Ford Fisher's and other people's videos from Wadsworth, Ohio, about, what was it, 2 months ago or so, give or take, back in like February, March, somewhere in there. You had a whole bunch of people that were actual mega supporting folks in this state, actually gave a shit about people, were sick and tired of the drag queen story hour shit, went to Wadsworth to protest against it. You had that dumb motherfucking guy from Maine that was the main fucking neo-Nazi dipshit, and you had all these fucking Fed boy informant guys with him underneath their little black masks. They were unfurling their stupid ass fucking banner that day, and you literally have video evidence of a bunch of people telling them to fuck off, dude. They're like, fuck off, we don't want you here, get the fuck out of our state, etc. But nobody ever talks about that one, because again, people are trying to suppress the fucking truth at this point, because the media itself refuses to ever talk about that stuff, because it doesn't fit their bullshit narrative. It doesn't fit their fucking divisionist narrative of trying to sit there and claim, oh, but the right is all about the Nazism. No, they're not. No, they're not. We hate those motherfuckers more than y'all do, man. The problem is you keep pushing that shit because you're a bunch of fucking assholes that want to sit there and allow fucking pedophilia at children. And we ain't putting up with that anymore, motherfuckers. And it's as simple as that shit. And that's exactly why I'm running for office next year, by the way. Because I'm fucking frankly fed up with this shit. And I'm going to do the damnedest I can to get rid of that fucking garbage out of this entire state in the coming years is what it'll be. And it's as simple as that. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one.